Very good morning. This is 18th of September 2020. This is GDP RD, Research and Development. What is the relationship between COVID and the GDP? And why some countries have not lost GDP, others too much? Well, I got to the following conclusion last night and I made some numbers. For example, if we compare, Amazon has 850,000 workers and 300 billion sales. The Spanish government, 126 billion sales and 3 million employees. So the stock value of Amazon in 2020 has grown about 30%, something like that. And the GDP of Spain has fallen 12%. Now, what is the ratio between productivity? Well, it is roughly 12%. So the indicator of Amazon is quite effective regarding the market value of utility, as I mentioned in previous videos. And when we talk about the cost side, it is the inutility. So if we compare one with the other, we have a 0.88 difference in labor force productivity. So means that with 12% of 3 million workers, we would be in the same level as Amazon in the Spanish government. So it means that in reality, this COVID is just an excuse to say that the GDP is falling. No, in the next years, probably GDP will continue to fall 12% with or without COVID. And this is because we have 3 million public workers. It's very simple mathematics. Uh, well, I hope you have liked this synthesis about what is going on in GDP worldwide and how we can really improve and have a like obsession for the client like Amazon has. And so the obsession day one is day one today because it is 8 o'clock in the morning, Friday 18th. So day one, it is what is my obsession as a government to have a window and reply to Jose regarding this index. Well, can we get to this index? How can we get to the index? It's very simple. We have 5 institutions, and then so we have councils, province, then we have Basque government, then central Spanish government, then we have European Union, 5 institutions, all of them with culture, sports, health. You see, this is why the virus is spreading so fast. I mean, it's not possible to deliver one product of Amazon. It's not possible to deliver. It goes through 5 different hands and 5 different departments. And so it is very clearly proved that a digital way like Amazon is much more competitive and that we could be saving about 88% is the mathematics. So if you do the rule of three regarding 300 billion and 850,000 workers, 126 billion and 3 million workers, then you will find out it is like 88% inefficiency. So imagine 88% of the packages of Amazon that will not get to destination or could be rejected, whatever. Then this is the situation about some governments that we must understand. It is not the COVID, and this we can call Jose GDP index. Well, it's very simple. And so I hope you have liked this video and we start to think about how we can restructure and digitalize these governments. I mentioned this in the first video of coronavirus and crew situation, 20th of March, I believe. Of course, no one follows these mathematics, basic mathematics, but if GDP falls 12% one year, then it will continue falling 12%, 12%, 12%. This is the statistics, and that's my area of competence, numbers and the statistics. So perhaps I am not so good at expressing letters, but numbers do clearly confirm that this is the situation. This is only 12% of current public employees out of 3 million required to provide the same obsession for the client like Amazon has, which is, for example, yourself, if you are a bar owner in Bilbao, we heard that because the council did not update the conditions for the contract, then suddenly 15 workers have to be laid off today. We have inspections constantly, continuously. We have constantly and continuously fines. My company has paid some 200,000 euros in fines, and this is the only way that they can continue, by putting fines, because they have to justify themselves. You have to justify 88%, and this is the reason why GDP is falling. It's not because COVID, and the HOSE GDP index really confirms this is the situation with Amazon's day one example. Obsession for the citizen, obsession for the humans that live in each government and each country. And let's please stop talking about COVID, because a lot of countries like Finland and many others have coped very well and have had very, very little decrease in GDP, let's say 0.1, 0.4, just a 1. And who knows, perhaps it was because of the labor cost in these countries. For example, the UK, we have had a 20%, they say, GDP falling, and perhaps it is the labor cost, perhaps it is the international circumstances, who knows. But then falling the GDP is just an excuse to use COVID. It is the taxes and the inefficiency of the public systems. Why? Because we can now compare the index. It is very clear that Amazon has no inefficiencies. Day one, obsession for the client. Yes, we all must have obsession for the client. Indeed. Thank you very much, client and students. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Bye.